audio test. Cool. I'm going to get started in a few seconds. We're going to be resuming our microscope exploration from last week, except last week there wasn't a whole lot going on in the water. So I decided to let it sit for a week and see what would happen, and a lot of new growth happened. So we're gonna hop right in. I'm gonna start with like cleaning a slide right now. I had a test slide. I had a test slide that I tested a sample yesterday, and me, the kids, and everybody was checking it out. And I don't know, there's about 100 times more life in the water this time. So I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna pull out the water right now, or get a couple samples. Also, our dropper had a leak in it last time, so makeshift fixed it with some tape on the side. I couldn't find any of my droppers, even though I have hundreds of them somewhere. I'm just gonna get a random sample of this nasty looking water. Try to get a good, get a little bit sample of sample from a few different spots. I'm trying to get some of this algae looking stuff too. I don't know if that's algae or some bacterial growth. It's pretty nasty looking, honestly. It's probably be wearing gloves for this, but we're winging it. All right. There we go. Nice. Got a nice good seal. Don't see any bubbling, so that's a good start. And I'm just going to put this right under the microscope. I also have a few extra cameras or lenses I want to test out today, maybe. Two. All right. There we go. All right, wow. Yeah, definitely a lot more growth than before. This is pretty crazy. Let's see. Zoom in there. We'll see what we can't do. I don't want this like right in my face. All right. So I'm looking off to the side because this is actually connected to a digital camera that I have broadcast on my screen. Oh, look at that. Looks like is that a paramecium? Not sure. Doesn't quite have that ovular shape. Didn't get a good look at it. And try to get some better focus. Wow. And this is on 4x magnification, so we can actually go up quite a bit, all the way up to, there's 10x and 40x. I forget what the combined multiplier is with this digital camera. A half X fixed microscope adapter. I'm just going to do a quick scroll though at kind of a low zoom, just so we can get an idea what we're working with here. Oh, that one's interesting. Oops. All right, I'm gonna pull up another chart as well. I had a nice little guide of the sort of most common freshwater microorganisms. Common freshwater microorganisms. Well, excuse a cough. I'm borderline getting sick. Trying to sleep more and catch up on my sleep so I don't actually get sick, but that's hard to do. All right, I got a few pages here. Let's get a few pages up for quick reference. That way, if we find something cool, we can kind of look it up in real time and see if we can't classify it. I am not a microbiologist by any means. I just kind of, I don't know. I like seeing what's in the water, what's in the dirt, and I've always kind of enjoyed that since I was a kid. And this time my kids have been involved in it too, so that's extra fun. We're jumping up to 10x. Let's see. You know, they're being a little more stable. Let me actually try to go to 40x and just see. Okay. I have to crank the light up a little bit. I don't know if we're going to be able to get those in focus or not. Those are really small. I'm not sure what those are. I was wondering at first if it's some sort of bacteria. Just with the explosion of life, I kind of just assumed it was mostly bacterial. But again, don't know. Ooh, let's actually zoom back out. It's not getting we're not getting a good zoom that level for some reason, so. Ooh, I wonder if ChatGPT can tell us. I'll take a screenshot, pass it into our friend ChatGPT. Next, do you know what these small microorganisms are? From a freshwater lake. All right, well, it's doing that. We're going to move on. Maybe you'll find a better view even. No, ChatGPT, I don't think those are diatoms. It's not. Nice try, though. They're not microplants, that's for sure. Oh, there we go. Another level. Basically, the water's so thick that we're having multiple zoom levels or multiple focus points. Nice. Now that I think is just the basic paramecium. Again, I'd love to have a professional come on and confirm that. It's been many years since I classified things, and I'm not sure what sorts of things are, cousins to one another, and not, not literally cousins, but, similar but different species. Wow, these things just exploded in number. I'm going to be creating a larger aquarium tomorrow, and I'm going to try to grow some algae and actually grow a little healthier of a water sample for us. There we go. We got a few here. You can kind of see this top thing. I think you see my mouse. Yeah, this little thing. This is its kind of its mouth. They're little filter feeders. They have cilia, little hair-like appendages here that spin. And I think that like pulls food into it. Oh, look at that. And then you kind of see this little thread looking like thing here. This is what holds its body on. I've seen some of these where they actually like they jump. They like jump across the screen. I also have this little circular structure here. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Let's see how let's see if we can zoom in on these maybe. Oops. All right, let's see first off if we can just get any better zoom here. Is this me changing the fine-tune controls? All right, I'm going to jump up to 40x. Try to be careful. Nice, still in view. Okay, that's good. I'm going to blast up the light even more. I just want to try something. I have a filter too with a lens on it. I was wanting to try it. It's I forget what these are called, but there's a little filter in the bottom. I'm gonna try to do that, and don't really know. I can't remember what the use case for this is, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I feel like, you know, I can turn up the light and focus it on a smaller area. It's kind of what my logic is. I don't know if that's how it works, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get closer than that. Unfortunately, my lens covers or side covers are really brittle. I just can't really take the lens leaning into it at all. Okay, I'm gonna reset real quick. I'm gonna grab another sample while I'm at it. Let's see. Oh, sorry guys, you're gonna die. How do I do this? Don't really want to touch this thing, it's pretty grody. I'll just put up in here and I'll clean the slide covers when I'm done. I have a lot of slide covers. Probably should have kept that water clean. Oh well, we're all cross contaminated now. Gross. Nice. All right. That's like dirtier sample this time. Hopefully we can find some more stuff in it. And all right, I think we got a nice good spread on that. Let's see, can we get a good look at that? Yeah. No bubbles. All right, try this again. And sorry if my voice isn't clear when I walk off to the side. Ooh, I think I got too much Got too much liquid on this one. It's like, oh, gross. It's like it could just seep out from the slide cover. Okay, that's gonna be pretty disgusting. I hope that doesn't happen. Okay. Oh, wow. These look interesting. Take a couple of snapshots here. There we go. We already have some interesting stuff. God, I think it's just busy. Look at things eating constantly. Ooh, let's follow it. Let's follow it and see if we can't get a better and better view. Interesting, I'm not seeing the worms this time. Although I could see them with my naked eye when I look in the water sample. There's honestly like a bunch of nasty growth on the bottom of the dirt. I tried scooping some of that up this time. Turn the light a little bit. Oops. Wow. You can see the water. You can kind of see the water flowing off the sides of it. You can see the cilia pushing, both pushing it forward, and I have to. Looks like maybe even pulling stuff towards it. I don't know. Maybe both. Wow. Noticing this little ball structure here. It keeps kind of getting stuck to it. Yeah, look at the water current. This little guy swimming away. He's, oh no, what's trying to pull me in? Dude, you would not want to be in the micro world. This shit is scary. Look at that. It's like death everywhere. Everything wants to eat you. Let's see if we can't zoom in on our little friend here. Oh, nope. Cannot zoom. The lens is too thick with the water. And turn the brightness down. Don't always need that bright. Oh, and look at that. We can see right in the middle, we have something large eating. The side's unfortunately a little bubbly. And it's just too thick in general. I added way too much water. We might reset this slide shortly. Little micro worm looking things. You see that? You know what? I want to see one of these larger structures. Those things are just hull and butt, but they're not in view very long. Yeah, this problem. The water's too thick. All right, going to go back to 10 times. Yeah, I want to prepare another slide that's not as thick. Let's get us, I'm going to get us to somewhere semi-interesting first. Oh, here we have a couple of another paramecium looking thing. We got two right here, one here, and then one over here to the right off the camera. Ooh, a giant one. Oh my God, what is that moving down the bottom? You see that? Is that just water flow? Or is it the head of something big? Oh God, it's definitely something alive. Right? What is it? Or is it just little things moving in the background and tricking me? Oh, it's just the very edge of the slide. So there's some movement as the water kind of swells over the edge. Very interesting. All right, I'm going to prepare slide number 3. We get a clean slide this time. I had a bunch more. I don't know where they're at though. I have boxes of slides. Oh, I remember. They're all right here. Okay, there they are. Say not again. I found them recently. 2 boxes of slides. Very handy because they break from time to time. I don't know if these in this small container are any special or anything. Let's see. Well, it has a unit on it for letting you know how large a micrometer is. I'm gonna save that for later then. Use one of my cheaper slides. I have was it 100 in here or something like that. A lot. All right. I'm gonna get this. Before I get a sample, let's see if we can't. So I'm curious if this can pick this up or not. How good can this see? Can't really see it at all. I'm gonna leave this sample. All right, we're gonna try a sample that does not have a lot of material in it. It's pretty much water. So hopefully that lets us get an even tighter, nice, that a much tighter seal. There's no like water. You can't see it very well, but there's no 1 millimeter thick pool of water under the slide, in between the slide and the slide cover. So we're gonna remove this one. It's just, again, it's so much liquid on it. I'm surprised it didn't spill off the slide. And we're just gonna, not gonna put the slide in yet. 1 second. Back in there. All right, lucky few got saved. Sorry guys, the rest of you are dead. I usually like to spill them back into their own container. I don't like killing things, but I don't have the equipment right now. If I had gloves, I'd feel a little bit better doing that. Okay, now transition. Let's transition to our new slide. Hopefully this one's a little better. Let's get a zoom in. All right. Yeah, I already feel a little better about the zoom level here. If the water's too thick, it's just really hard to zoom. Oh, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. This is more what I was looking for. It's just a giant, look at that, just a giant patch. Taking a quick snapshot. Almost look like little fleas. Some of these little these ones right here. Seem to be eating this algae-like structure. This is actually a new growth. There wasn't a lot of it wasn't a lot of it in the water sample when I first collected it.我听到音下来，你要来看吗？啊，来看一下吗？哦，没事，我说你看一下啊，从这里可以。哦，对，看，对的，这里有东西，在哪里找到？哦，谢谢。哦，你说这个吗？啊，这个有。哦，没事，我就完成完了。这里微生物够了，超级多。Whoa! Whoa! You see how long that was? Holy shit. I was gonna look around and classify these things, but I think I'm just gonna have fun looking around. We're gonna keep it simple. Simple curiosities. I used to do this like every day in high school though. I'd look at these and painstakingly draw them by hand and take a lot of samples and I'd cross-reference them in books. Oh, there you go. Wow, look at the string this one's on. This one's on a really long string. Whoa, they're usually not this long. See this guy right here? This little triangular looking thing? He's kind of extended out. Well, they can also jerk back in a second. See that? Yeah, look at that. Whoa, yeah, we caught it in action. Heck yeah. You can see it spiral around, extends. So cilia in the end of its mouth are spinning, pulling in food nutrients. But if it gets alerted for some reason or another, I don't know, we can watch and see if there's a specific stimuli that causes it to contract. I'd figure something messing with its, this cord would trigger that, but we'll see. Wow. Take a quick snapshot of that too. We got a good picture there. Pretty happy with this one. Oh, oh, look at that beauty. Snap. Let's see if we can get some better zoomage on it. This way you can kind of see more of its mouth, their head structure, body. I'm not sure what you want to call that really, but kind of change the zoom levels so you can see different slices of it almost. We'll hang out until it contracts one more time and then we'll move. So it's getting blurry because it's actually like moving up and down in the water. Because again, there's a depth of the water, no matter how small it may seem. And that, there it goes, it contracted one more time. Extends back out. Interesting. Oh, we can see its mouth a lot more clear that time. Dang, that's good. We're getting some action. Wow. You see things getting pulled into it. Oh, it got pulled in. Do you see that? It got pulled in right here. Oh, maybe. Or it got pulled near it. Maybe another screenshot of that. All right, let's see if we can find the name of that. It's some sort of cilia. Let's see. Freshwater organisms. Come on, Google, help me out. We've seen paramecium. I think it's like a vorticella, but I'm trying to find it. I don't know how to spell that. Vorticella. Volvox. No, Volvox is a plant. Vorticella. Vorticella. Yeah, vorticella. I think it's a vorticella, or at least something similar to that. This image looks close to it. Yeah, I think that's got to be it. So we've seen paramecium, vorticella, these chlamydomonas. I need my biology teacher, Miss Busby. I feel like she had all those pronunciations down pat. All right, anyway, let's keep on scrolling, or not scrolling on the internet, but scrolling on our microscope. I'm sure that vorticella was like, would like to take a break from that light. Trying to find some other good diagrams for us. There's a few here. Oh wow, there's a webpage all about microbials. Let's see. Ostracocalyx. Cyanobacteria with ingested cyanobacteria. Looking at some drawings. It might not be a paramecium, it might be something similar to it. The rotifer. Yeah, I've seen some rotifers. This is actually a really cool webpage. Ooh, right at the very end. At the very end, they have a lot of screenshot or hand-drawn pictures, but I think they're like pretty accurate. I find them to be very helpful. All right, let's continue our hunt. Oh, look at the little worm-like structure over here to the right. Or there. I don't know if that was like a nematode or just a giant. I'm not sure what it was. You see this guy's little, almost like leg-like structures off to one side. These are really common. I need to figure out what these are called. Paging all microbiologists. Whoa. Not seeing a lot there. I'll keep moving along. This area looks promising. Now that looks like the Vorticella, but like without the tail. That's weird. I have to go get a book and refresh on these. That way when my kids ask the questions, I can at least know the answer to a few of them. Whoa. This guy got hit and he started spinning around. Now he's back to normal. Let me go eat. He's like, oh man, I can't relax any. Oh my God. Oh. I got swiped at twice. Is he just in busy traffic or is he attracting bad attention? Oh no, don't go over there. They're gonna eat you. I actually don't know what they eat, but we're gonna pretend. He's like, I'm not scared. I'll even initiate an attack. Dun, dun, nobody sees me. I do. I see you, little cell. Your existence is noted and shall be photographed. Congratulations. You shall live a long time in digital history. All right, we'll let him go. I don't want to overexpose it to light, just in case it gets hot. Say hi to our little paramecium or paramecium-esque friends. Somebody can correct me in the comments. Hell, list all of them and timestamps, and I'll be stoked. I'll put this on YouTube with the other microscope videos too. So welcome, very welcome to corrections. I love this digital camera adapter I bought for my microscope. I think this thing ended up paying off. It's really tiring to use the microscope without like the traditional way with your head leaned over, trying to get your eyes spaced just right. I find it a little tedious. I find it hard on my eyes, where this is like chill. I can relax. Nice. All right, we're going to start getting prepared for the next and last sample. Next and last sample, I'm going to take it from the very bottom of the jar, bottom of this container of nastiness, and let's see what we get. I'm going to overdo it too. I'm going to I almost said I'm going to put 2 slide covers on. I want to do the unthinkable. A double slide. Why? I don't know. It sounds like a stupid idea, but I've never heard it done. Sure, it has been done. Most people just wouldn't admit to it, perhaps. I'm going to try it, though. This is going to be a disaster or be really cool. My biggest fear is that the water leaks out across the top of one of the slides, like when I put the second slide on. Oh, there's the edge of the slide. And now we're just going to go 1 slide. It's like if we ruin the sample, all these little guys die for nothing. They're all pretty much dying for nothing. I guess as we all do. Look at that. Let's try to, that's a really cool picture. I want to try to get a snapshot of that. And then I'm actually zoom in on this one. Oh my God. It's so nice. Snapshot. Okay. So, oh my gosh, it's so sensitive. Wow. Hell yeah. This one turned out nicely. Guys, dude, I think it's like bacteria actually eating them. I'm not super sure on all the dimensions and sizes and stuff, so I can't say it for sure. But I feel like these are dead paramecium being eaten by bacteria, which kind of confirms my initial hypothesis was that all those little things we were seeing were bacteria, and that my culture is growing out of control. Nice. You saw the little worms swimming around. Oh my God, just those things are everywhere too. Don't drink this water, man. That's why they say don't drink water, like, without filtering it and cleaning it first. I was definitely the kind of person who was stubborn enough to ignore that advice until I got a microscope. Ooh, we can see the little cilia on this thing, even kind of textured cilia. And these are, I think these are the bacteria. All right, let's see if we can crank up the light. Let's see what that does. Yeah. That was wild. Yeah, they're actually just being eaten by bacteria. Nature's not wasting at all levels. The big ones coming through and just wrecking things. You know what? Let's keep going around in this magnification. Yeah, having a problem getting those in view consistently. Whoa, whoa. There we go. Hmm. Guess we lost him. All right, we'll try to find it again. That's a pretty cool looking one. Oh, got another little. Is that Vorticella again? I think that's a Vorticella. I thought I saw it extend and then contract really quickly. Let's try to go into 40X real quick and see. No, so this slide I'm able to get to 40X just because the water isn't as thick. Last time the water was too thick. Okay, no, I don't think that's the Vorticella. It might just moved really quickly. This Vorticella, we'd see like a string behind it basically, and it might be a little more pointed shape on one side. Let's see. All right, go back to 10X. All right, I'm gonna get it set on a spot. We're gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna go pull the funky water out of the bottom of the sample. And this will be the last viewing of the night. And then, unless we find some really nasty stuff, like there's actually visible with the eye. If you look at the dirt in this sample, you can see it just crawling with little micro nematodes and worms and stuff. So tomorrow I'm going to put it in a bigger aquarium as well, and I'm going to put more algae in there and try to grow a healthier specimen. This one's a lot of bacteria, as we saw earlier with the two paramecium that were being devoured by bacteria. That was pretty cool. Which little paramecium, or maybe not paramecium. I need to confirm. It looks like it, but there's also some other, like a cilia organisms that I don't know. What was that? Oh, okay. There's some fibers. All right, I want to prepare that slide of the nasty water. You can see it in the bottom camera, actually. This bottom camera here, you can see the lake water, and it's pretty gross. If I drop this right now, I'd probably have to move. Not because the house is a disaster, because my wife would probably kick me out for making such a mess. That's how nasty this water is. All right, we're gonna go in deep this time. Let's see what's up there. All right, wake up, guys! Surprise! All right. Oh, it's foul-looking water. I love it. All right, add another couple of drops of white water. Oh, it smells so bad. It smells exactly what you'd expect 2-week-old, or sorry, 1-week-old lake water to smell like. Bad news, bad sample here. There's a lot of soot and dirt, and it caused the slide not to really. There you go. Well, let's see what happens. Worst thing that happens is we'll take another sample. All right, guys. Sorry, no little samples. Right now, we're just unfortunately, we're just eradicating this sample after each viewing. Again, I usually like to dump it. You know what? There's water on top of my slide. I'm gonna have to take another sample, unfortunately. It's not gonna work. All right, try that again. My dry sponge, where it was supposed to be dry, is not very dry because I dumped it in water earlier. All right, try this again. Okay, we kind of got too much soot in there anyways if we want to get a real good sample. And we're going to get a little bit of the algae off the top again, because I feel like that gave us some pretty good sampling. I still worry we got a little bit too much here, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. So what happened is there's one little thick stone on here, unfortunately, and that thick stone caused the slide not to go down perfectly straight, but it doesn't matter. It just means less of the slide will be very visible. So some of the water will be thicker than we want it to be. All right, let's start this. Get something in focus, and we'll see what we got. Again, don't know what to expect from this specific sample. Might be a little too thick. Yeah, because this is actual dirt and sediment. So I think, yeah, that's what I feared. I'm gonna start from this other side real quick. Here we go. There we go. Wow, what in the world is this? It looks like there's a lot of them just like wrapped around each other, or they're all like wrapped around something consuming it. Like it could be a dying worm or something. I don't know. This is pretty funky. All right, we're gonna go out. Actually, I'm gonna zoom out so we can get a more holistic view of it. Yeah, it is. It's a segmented worm. It's a little micro worm. So these are actual. Well, let me see the head. Make sure it's not like a. Oh yeah, no, it looks like a segmented worm. Let's see if it contracts and we can see its head at all. So this is when we first started studying the sample a week ago, so I believe 7, 8 days ago. That was pretty much all we saw was these sorts of worms. They're everywhere. They're still everywhere, but since in the last week of me just like kind of letting the water set, a lot of new stuff has grown. All right, we'll let this worm eat or die in peace, whatever it's doing. It's probably eating. Pretty much, that's all that goes on in the micro world. Is things are just constantly eating. Like, look at these little slug-like things. And so remember this if you decide to drink lake water or pond water, especially pond water. Pond water is probably one of my favorite things to sample, just because it's sits a little bit longer. Let's see if we can find the other end of this worm. Be cool if we could see it pooping or something. Oh, look at that! You see what that is, right? I think the worm is pooping and things are feeding on the poop. Wow! Holy cow! This is a first. Let's take a snapshot. Oh, this is cool. I don't think I've ever seen this. Oh, that's so gross. That's definitely what's going on. That's gross. So this worm has like a bacteria diaper, basically. So I bet that's partially what happened. So early on, the population was worms and, not bacteria. I let this thing stagnate for a week. These worms are just sitting here eating, shitting everywhere. The water's not going anywhere. The poop creates new food for the bacteria. And not to mention, I'm sure there's other processes going on, but that's definitely at least one of them. And we can see it right here. Like there's hundreds of bacteria. I think those are bacteria. They could be other smaller cellular organisms. Not 100% sure, honestly, but bacteria are generally very small. Sometimes smaller than this microscope can see as well. But some of these are big enough to be like single-celled organisms. They have kind of like a blobular motion to them. So I'm not really sure. Like they have, I would have to do more research on this. I'm curious if it's hurting the worm at all, or if it's like if they're only focused on the byproducts of the worm. Either way, I was about to say I wouldn't want to have a bacteria diaper, but our asses are filled with bacteria. Our whole intestinal tract is filled with bacteria. It probably. Oh my God, I'm not going to do it, but I'm curious. I'll leave that to the professionals. I've magnified my blood and stuff. It's pretty cool. Wow. I kind of want to sit and watch this guy for a long time. This is such an interesting relationship. I've never seen that. I've seen them swarm dead or dying organisms, but all right, let's continue on our mission. I feel like we hit a gem with that one though. Hmm. All right. Other way, other way. Hope everybody's Monday night is going well. been wanting to check this sample out for a few days now, but we've just been busy. Busy with work, family, travel. Went to Canada over the weekend. And so I just didn't get a chance to do this. And I was worried that either bacteria would overgrow the whole sample and we wouldn't see anything, or we wouldn't see anything of interest, which will happen eventually, or all the population would die off, which will also happen eventually. So I was getting a little nervous and just wanted to get this shown before they die. Tomorrow I'm going to again make a bigger aquarium for everything. Let's see, what do we want to check out now? All right. Looks like that. We found it again. Yes, I didn't think I was going to be able to find it again. All right, I'm going to leave it on that while I prepare an actual last slide. I'm going to do one more slide from the bottom, but this time I'm going to be much more mindful about the amount of material we get in this slide. All right, it's going to be like a little mixed sample here. Oh, another bad one. You see it's a bad sample because the water didn't go all the way around. Too much silt. All right, try it again. Just do a fresh start. Definitely washing my hands after this. Oh my god. Still feels very city. Yeah, not much better. Well, there we go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, another crap sample. All right. I think probably the algae. I think the algae probably was our best bet. Seems to have consistently the most going on in it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Our last sample will be a much more interesting sample of algae in water. There's just a lot going on there. It's like the plant eaters as well as the plants, like plankton and just micro. Yeah, that's like a dead sample. Okay, so we know we don't have a whole lot there. Not a whole lot in that dirt down there. I guess The main thing in that dirt is still those worms. I'll do a slower scan through those in my own time, and I'll see if I can't find anything a little more interesting. Back to the algae. Nice. All right, we got a good cover on that one. Good seal. Yeah, there's just like too much sand and sediment. And it causes the slide cover not to go all the way down, and then you end up with uneven spots, and it's not good for viewing. So this one might have less stuff in total, but what we do find should be more clear. Like, because there's less stuff and there's less of a space between the slide and the slide cover, uh, it just slides less, it wobbles less, and the focal point of the lens doesn't have to like, you don't have to worry about, are you looking at the top of the water or the bottom of the water? You know, there's just like, there's one less depth to it, so it's a little easier to keep things in focus. Oh, we're in the 4X. Let's go to the 10X. Let's see. So you can see even in this, at this depth, I have to zoom in and out to see things at different depth of the water. It means the slide could be even thinner. Really, less is more. I'm clearly putting too much water on these, I think. Ooh, there we go. Oh, wow. That one long one? Oh my gosh. It's one giant long one. The controls on this are inverted too. Can we turn down the brightness actually? Hold on. It's like playing Snake IO. Holy cow. You see this digestive tract? All right, I want to do the 4X just because I want to see how big this thing is. What's up, Mr. Fox? This is that week-old lake water sample from a week ago. So I've been storing it for a week and wanted to finally see what it looks like now, and found a bunch of stuff. It's been pretty gross. I like it. How's your day going? Just finished an offline run? Heck yeah. Yeah, after I'm done with this in probably about 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna go play some Donkey Kong Bonanza. I feel bad because I started Donkey Kong Bonanza on stream and was having so much fun with it. But then I decided to play like 2 hours of it at home offline, and then because I skipped the spot, I was like, oh, I didn't record it. Oh well, I'll just do the rest of it offline. But I'm kind of regretting it, man, because the game has been really fun. But I'm gonna finish that. You found a bug in the tracker? Uh-oh, what'd you find, man? Especially if you're running runs, there's probably going to be some bugs. The thing most tested is the tracking states. Okay, I'll give you a command later, Mr. Fox, that's going to take those different runs in your computer and it's going to zip them up and compress them into a single file. Actually, it's that whole in your home directory, that .sm tracker folder. I'll show you. If you open here, let's see, sm tracker. If you type in that command, that'll open up the folder where I store all of the Super Metroid tracker configuration. And there's a folder in there called runs. If you want to like zip those up and pull them my way, I can load them into my tracker and you can tell me what you expected versus what you see. And then I can write some tests to fix it, if that makes sense. Oh, interesting. Oh, it should take all of your runs. So let's say you have 10 runs. It should take the 10 runs and look at the best series, plus the best morph ball, plus best bombs. An hour 27? A minute 27? Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, that's just a world record, Mr. Fox. I would just report that as your record run and be done with it. But yeah, no, that makes sense. It should only count completed segments, so I don't, and it should not have a best time if the run's not finished. I think when I built it, I never had a incomplete run, so I've been testing it for so long, so I probably missed that. Ooh, look at this one. It's like wrapped up in a crazy 8. Nice, man. I mean, hour 3 is good. Shoot. My last one was an hour 6. I need to. I feel like if I booked it though, just like ran a little bit harder. I feel like I stop and diddle around for at least 5 minutes. Always do something. Also, I need to up my Phantom games and go over some rooms. Yeah, definitely. We gotta go over some rooms. That's the big thing is like I just need to like actually put in the reps and so believe it or not, playing Super Metroid Map Rando and the arcade Super Metroid Arcade. I know it's not the same as running the room like you would in a run, of course, but because I'm like encountering different rooms over and over and over and over and over again, and sometimes I'll be encountering like I don't know. It's just been like helping with my general familiarity, but I'm ready to grind now. Like go pick a specific room and generate like strategies as if I was doing the run itself. Because I need to keep that momentum going. So I've been doing a lot of like speedball practice, uh, a lot of mock ball practice. So I can do mock ball anywhere, short mock ball. I've just been doing a lot of fucking mock ball practice, ledge grabs. I've been practicing all the little things. Yeah, little things. Yeah, this summer, man, I was going hard this summer. I was streaming every day, and my family's out of town, and so we had some good days. I haven't been as free recently though, because kids are back in town and school and stuff like that. But I love it. I love Twitch, man. I didn't realize how much I was gonna have fun here. Because I'm a little socially nervous, to be honest. Coming up online and talking and stuff, especially like I have a speech problem and kind of mumble and stumble over words. So heck yeah, man. Same here, Mr. Fox. I remember Kevin Nastix rated me like really early on, and brought in like 80 people one day or 50 people. I don't remember. It's crazy. All I remember is I immediately started sweating. I just like immediately started sweating. I was like, oh shit, this is. I've never had this many people watch me play video games in my life. But that was like why I joined too. I want to like get over that fear. I hate having that fear. Heck yeah, man. And what's next? Partner? I think you have to have like the partner one. I actually have all of the things for partner except for I need more concurrent chatters. And I'm like 3/4 of the way there. That was pretty crazy. But I feel like I'd need to be doing this more regularly. If I could though, I would, man. I'll tell you that. Yeah, concurrent viewers, 75 average. So that was crazy. There was a time where I had like a pretty high average. It was like I don't know, it was just like a week where it was going. Yeah, not for that one. Nice. Yeah, that was. I've had like a few lucky things where like I ended up being first in the category for a bit, but I could never sustain it though for long enough. The partner one seems hard. I didn't even know those things existed. When I joined Twitch, I had no idea. Like I didn't know there was a difference between a follower and a subscriber and all that stuff. I didn't know anything about the money model. I was kind of joined for fun. I just wanted to like do stuff like this, hang out with people. I love the Super Metroid community too. They've been super hella cool. And you know, the whole retro game community. This is like a lot of my life evolves around retro games and gaming in general, and so it's pretty sweet to come to a place where everybody's like that. Oh, Twitch pays you as well. Oh, wild. And partner can be taken from you easier than affiliate will be taken. Yeah, I was wondering that. I was like, because I'd like to be able to take a break and not worry about losing affiliate, but yeah, it's what it is, I guess. It's kind of whatever happens, happens. If I have free time in the future, like you know, retirement or something like that, I will definitely be on Twitch a lot more. I'll be building more stuff, playing more stuff, grinding harder. Like so, if I just wanted to come here and at least get to know everybody early on and being naughty. Oh yeah, bro, you don't know this is my fifth account. I've had to get plastic surgery and face identity changes just so I could recreate my Twitch account. That was a joke in case that's illegal or whatever to even joke about Twitch, or not illegal, but against their terms of service. Whoa. 4 tank. I'm down to 4 tanks now. Yeah, I skipped the you skip Ridley tank. Oh, nice. So I don't skip Ridley tank. I skipped the post Ridley tank. The tower that goes up. I skipped that one, and then pray to God I don't screw up the Zeb skip. And then which ones do I get? See, obviously I get the first one, and then I get the post Kraid one, and then I get the Drake on one. I forgot the name of the hallway there. The one with the you morph ball, you jump the morph ball into. Uh, I get the Ridley one. Flea tank. Yes, flea tank. That's the post Kraid one, right? And then there's the one in the the in Meridia. It's like you come in from the left and you could speed booster all the way across the bottom, but there's quicksand in the bottom. But you take the top path, there's an energy tank there. I think that's it. I feel like there might be one more, but I actually can't remember. Firefly is under where, yeah, so I don't get that one. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the Fireflies. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I skipped that one. I used to get that one. That was actually the one of the earlier ones I started skipping. So I have done 3 energy tank runs though, with save points. So I haven't been brave enough to do the 3 energy tank run without save points. But that is my goal. I want to get to that level. The baby steps. I'm gonna 1 hour, and then I'm going straight after Grapes 47. I'm just kidding. Speaking of Grape, in case Grape sees us in the future, this is especially for you, Grape. Dun, 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 dun. Grape. Oh, Grape has so many emojis. There it is. The first tank, obvious. Kraid tank. The one by high jump. Oh, yes, the high jump. That's the one. And the one after bot one. Okay, cool. So I do that and I get the Ridley tank because my thought is I'm not going to miss my sub hour by the Ridley tank. The Ridley tank, takes so little time to get. Brother, I got another one for you. these these guys. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, because I mean, think about it this way: if Grape is getting like 47 minutes, the way obviously that's pretty crazy fast. But when I look at that, I see that time, I'm like, I can get 10 seconds and get the Ridley tank. I'm not losing anything. You know what I mean? I still have, if I add 10 seconds to my minute six, I still presumably have like 20 minutes almost that I can knock off of my run. And so that energy tank to me is not worth it unless you're like 1,000 triple quadruple percent sure you don't need it on Mother Brain. Uh, which I mean, honestly, not that crazy if you're confident in the Zeb skip and you don't get catch upped. 25, 10, 5 for me. Yeah, that's what I am at that. I go 25 to 30. I've even done 35. It just depends on how I feel the run's going. If I feel like I'm in a lot of control of the run, then I'll get less. If I feel like the run's going shit, I'll get a little bit more. Because like I want to prioritize finishing the run. And I've gotten to Mother Brain and I've gotten to Mother Brain and like used my last missile and had 30 on me. And I got like super lucky. Well, let's see. This slide is not as interesting. Let's try it. Find another spot in it. Yeah, sample number 3, 4. All right, we're gonna find a live. We're gonna do another sample. All right, this one I'm 50-50 on. It's gonna be good. I think 25% chance good, 75% disaster. Oh, worked better than I thought. Okay. Had a lot of sediment in it, so I was worried about this sample as well, but there you go. Nice. This one might be fun, actually. This whole little world's being observed. Have no idea that they're about to meet destruction. Poor fellas. All right, all right, all right. This one's pretty dense, maybe too dense as well, so move to the sides. Don't need more than 25. 8 supers and 20 is enough to get it. Oh, for sure. My setup is clean. Oh, which one? The Mother Brain one? I appreciate that. I've uh I've set on the ROM hack, the practice hack, your stream setup. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like my Mother Brain setup's pretty hit and miss, honestly. But uh thanks man. Yeah, this has been a slow progress as well since the summer. I just like talk to other streamers and just like learn one thing. I think one of the coolest things I learned about was Wavelink. It was the Stream Deck, Wavelink to manage my audio sources and audio streams. I had so many problems with my audio stream, like cutting in and out and things like that, mostly because of the being on a Mac. And so Wavelink, that was nice. What in the heck? Okay. See if we can get some better view here. feel like we've been out of Zoom for like 20 minutes. We're just seeing so much more stuff in that first slide. It was just filled with life. Filled with life. It's crazy. Oh, it's going to take the 40X lens to it, but lens is too high. I can't do it. Actually, let me try something. If I find another thing worth zooming in on. Are we able to compile and provide RetroArch that is ready to go in a zip? Yeah, I mean, you could compile it and presumably, I would think. I don't know how, like, if it distributes a bunch of stuff across your computer, but I'm guessing you could just compile it and then zip that up. Like, are you wanting to create a more stable version of RetroArch in case you break stuff? Because you're having to custom compile it, right? And why are you having to custom compile it? Is it to enable network access or something? I saw SNEX, SNES 9X was like that. I couldn't get the network, the NWA version of SNEX working because it only works on Intel CPUs, not the newer Macs with silicon. And I pulled all that down and almost got it working. I got it to compile and presumably it was working, but I don't think it was, or it ended up not working. It said it was working, but it wasn't working. I wish like OpenMU would work because I like it. I like the UX for it better. I find the RetroArch UX to just be like a little rough. Like it doesn't find files that I scan half the time. I'll open content, it won't open it, and then but if I go to the top window and click File, Open Content, it'll open. It just I don't know. There's all kinds of little bugs with RetroArch. I know it's user error, but that's like also half my point. Something like that should be easier to use. Oh, another thing, Fox, is I got my I think this should show. I got my TV set up and all my old school systems. Some of my old school systems are still in my other room, where I keep my retro games at most of the time. But I am slowly moving my setup out here. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, not me. There we go. All right, one more sample. I'm just terrible luck with the samples. I want one more good sample before I call it a day. We're gonna go out on a bang. I get some nice algae put on here too for us. It's not wanting to go. Stick on there. There we go. All right, last sample. I think I said that at least 10 times. But this is really the last sample. All right, let's zoom in, see what we got. Damn it, it's all dirty. Already off to a great start. All right. Yeah, those first samples we found were insane. X. There you go. Yeah, so this is a result of the slide actually not being clean. We got some water leaked around the back side of the slide a second ago, so I think that kind of ruined some of it. All right, I'll try a better prepared slide. This slide again had way too much water on it. I said so much water that you can't really get a good zoom in on anything, and then water dripped onto the bottom as well, since I was being sloppy. All right, here goes. This is the last slide, good or bad. Let me clean the lens real quick. This could be a lens issue. Nah, this slide's a little bit dirty. There we go. I did, Mr. Fox. I forgot to respond to you, and I did have to add that configuration. I could find my configurations at some point and let you know exactly what, but I believe the two properties you mentioned, or three properties, the one to enable it, the one to set the port, which should default to 55355 or something like that. Whatever you have is correct, and then there's the local host. I remember that step because I literally put localhost in there because that's often acceptable. And it, like, I don't know, I think I had issues with it. I had to put 000. Live? It is live. Let's see if we can zoom in on it without interrupting it. We're gonna try to up the zoom level a little bit. Nope. There you go. It's basically the micro world's version of McDonald's. So this is what I meant about having like some algae or just, some organic material that these things like to eat. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's a good question, Mr. Fox. I don't know, but I was told you have to edit the configuration file. So like, I do recall seeing like some network settings in the menu. I was just told to do edit the configuration file. I'll check it out later though. Oh wow, this thing is getting torn up. Again, I think the little guys are bacteria of some form, but I'm not able to completely confirm. When I say little ones, I mean these like little pill bug looking things. Oh my gosh, follow that guy. Ooh, look at this guy. Red worms. Another segmented worm. Look at, oh my gosh. Best view of one yet. Yes. This is a good picture. The pausing is me taking a screenshot of it. Wow. Yes, this is a common segmented worm. Think of it as like a miniature earthworm. Wow. I wish this adjuster for the left, right, up, and down was on my left hand, left side. I'd feel a lot more comfortable with it. Oh, wow. You can kind of see it reaching out and then contracting. It's crazy how much life there really is on Earth. And to think that these things have some genes that you have as well, some shared DNA. Well, in their case, RNA, but DNA is just double stranded RNA, more or less. And of course, thymine is replaced with the uracil. I don't know why I said of course there. That's definitely not of course, but let's see. Oh, there we are. I think we were here earlier, but now we have a, is it the same worm or a different worm? Wow. I won't go deeper into the moss or algae structures over here. This is just a water drop, but let's just look at it for fun. That kind of looks cool. It's like an animation that you can only make in a microscope without a lot of effort. Here we can make it effortlessly. It's like, what are you zooming in on? Live. And it fades back out into a moon. All right, moving along. All right, let's see. Find a couple more things on here, and we'll call it a day. And then I'll be back with my regular scheduled programming of Metroid upon Metroid upon Metroid until we get this elusive 1 hour. Ooh, the hair-like structures kind of bouncing around in the water too. Oh no, get back in zoom. Oh, I'm going to end stream today. I'll be back on stream probably tomorrow though. I'm planning on doing some Super Metroid tomorrow. Might finish Lost World. I would go tonight, but it's already 11:15 here, and I got a lot of work to do in the morning. And if I start streaming Super Metroid or any game, man, I'm gonna be up till like 3 or 4 in the morning because there's no way I'm gonna stop if I start. You know how it goes. But I'll be streaming more this from Wednesday, this weekend. This weekend's Halloween too, but I think one of the, like Halloween night, everybody's gonna be in. Once everybody goes to sleep, I'll probably stream, and then Saturday though, I'm gonna go to like an electronic dance party slash Halloween party. So I'm gonna be Luigi. Hell yeah! Important part though is that the tracker works, dude. Thanks a lot for taking the time to like get all that working, and congrats on all your your Linux and your terminal commands and all the stuff you're learning. I hope that that's fun too. I hope you're enjoying ChatGPT as like your answerer of all questions. Like it's fucking mind blowing, man. Like I've been programming for shit over 20 years, and like I love ChatGPT. It's just like you know it's you what you need to use it for is actually you need to use it for actually like learning the code. You need to like go like have it like ask questions. Well, it's because you're using it for in a way that I'm going to say is not most intended. Like you're asking it questions about your computer, but it's not really going to like it can't see your computer and stuff. If it was on your computer, you'd probably have a little better luck with it. But also, like honestly, for basic setup of stuff, like I do recommend like if you're setting up RetroArch or something, I actually do recommend going online for that first, following the website's install instruction, their installation instructions, and maybe chasing down some answers, because like I think some of the install stuff it can get a little well, there's like a million ways to skin a cat, basically, and so you get into that issue. And but oh wow, started looking at this paramecium. But yeah, that like tracker, that whole entire tracker is built with AI, man. Uh, it's mostly just an experiment to see what all I could build with AI. I built a lot more, like the Tetris game, a lot of the overlays. If you just like look at the, ooh, here we go, another worm. Oh yeah, what's up, dude? Welcome back. I wonder if it's the same one or a different one. But no, if you get like stuck on a coding problem, like I said, I recommend you do this. Pygame. Go learn some Pygame. It's Python. It's a Python game engine, but it's like game framework. It's super lightweight, super easy. And then have like ChatGPT, build me a simple 2D 2D snake game in Pygame. Don't fucking mess up. Build it. And check it twice. Confirm it makes sense. Blah blah blah. Like, I don't know, go have fun with a query like that and tell it like, like use shapes, text, and not images for now. And like, I bet you could read the code it writes. You're going to copy that into a little Python program. It's going to tell you how to run the Python program. And I think you'll be amazed at how easily you can read code, like programming code, if controller dot is left is pressed, character dot, velocity x equal negative, 10 or, whatever. Like you're going to be able to read it and get what it does, man. And it's going to like rock your world because like programming is so much more accessible than people realize. And with your level of like energy of like wanting to dig deep and just keep going and going and going and going, I'm telling you, you could figure it out and probably have a lot of fun with it. And then you're gonna be like a Superman because you can do anything. You can, programming helps you automate things. It helps you test things. It helps you play around. Like to me, coding, it's one part job, but it's also just like it's like Legos. It's just like Legos, man. Abstract Legos. Whatever I can imagine, I can build. And if I can't build it, it means I don't really have a full mental image of it. It means I'm not truly imagining or understanding what I'm thinking. So if I understand something, I can program it. And that's fun. I love having that ability. And then even if you don't become like a 20, 30 year, principal software engineer or whatever, like, I have some teammates who are some badass engineers. Uh, with AI and stuff, you can still it'll just unlock all the stuff you can do. You'll be able to do so much more stuff. It's like I tell people, even if they're in business or it really doesn't matter what you do these days, like programming is there's probably something programming can do and they'll be useful for you. Even if it's just learning how to better automate Google Sheets. When you open terminal, that is home. Yep. And if you ever, let's see, in the home, I have projects that have RetroArch and Super Metroid Tracker. Excellent. Yep, that makes sense. And so this right here, by the way, means home directory, or sometimes called this. And so if you actually do like this will take you home. And then you can also, let's see. And you can also just type in CD. Yep, exactly. CD, that up one, like up two. Exactly. You got it. And if you need to specify, let's see. So like this right here, SM tracker. Because what will happen is, yeah, what will happen is you didn't, that .sm tracker file, if you open if you open up here, for example, that's not going to like, you won't see the .sm tracker folder because it's a dot folder, so it's hidden. Your Linux repo may or may, your Linux distro may or may not hide that folder actually, and you can enable to show hidden folders. Exactly, you can unhide it. So as long as you know that, but if you don't know that, a lot of people are like, "Hey, where's that file at?" And they don't know where it's at, and they don't know about hidden files. And I'm mostly just showing you the open command. I like that. If I'm ever in a folder, I'm like cd blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, let me open up my Finder like right here. This means open up the your folder explorer in the current directory. Pretty handy. Not really sure, honestly, man. It's been so long since I regularly daily used Linux, like with a GUI. Mostly I use Linux for servers. So like when you think about like what the web servers that like Twitch is running on, for example, like those backend servers, we just log in with the terminal most of the time, and we never have a GUI. So a lot of the Linux I work with isn't the consumer desktop Linux; it's more the enterprise server Linux. Uh, and I did run Linux back in the day in the Ubuntu Linux Mint days, but that was before they switched to Unity and all that stuff, which I was not a fan of. It's crazy, man. There's just like these are just like drops of water. Every single drop of water is just loaded with life. It's like sad that they're all gonna die in a few weeks. It's crazy. Oh, dude, hell yeah, man. Dive in, dude. I totally agree. That's how I do everything. I'm obsessive about things. So when I do stuff, I just kind of jump in. I know I'm gonna obsess over it and go, spend hundreds and hundreds of hours on it. And so I just like to jump in. I like if I'm gonna do something, I want to learn it right. I want to do it right or fully. Oh, I thought we were gonna find an amoeba. I didn't find an amoeba. These are cool though too. You can kind of see their little forelegs. They crawl around almost like little crabs or little shrimp. He broke it once. Hey, that's good, man. I've broken my systems a lot of times doing a lot of crazy things. Whoa. One time I was uh one time I was writing a program that could compress. I was building my own compression algorithm. Think of like a zip file. I was just building my own for fun, and something in the algorithm I built was wrong, so I could compress, but it wouldn't uncompress correctly. And then I ran my program, and I accidentally pointed it to my home folder on my Windows machine back in the day, and it took my whole entire home folder, which had all of my code, pictures, everything, compressed it one way, and it was a compress and delete, uh, and it compressed that home folder and deleted the original contents. I don't remember exactly what it did, but it fucked everything up, and then I couldn't undo it because it was I broke my compression algorithm became a one-way hash that I wasn't able to undo basically, and it was a nightmare, and I didn't have a lot of backups. But the craziest thing I did was it was one summer I was sleepwalking, or sleep. I don't know what the hell it was, but I was like, I woke up and I had a fucking a Windows install screen in front of me, and I'm like, what? I or I was I don't know what I was doing. Is installing Windows or something, and it completely corrupted one of my external drives, and I lost all my photos and stuff. And I was like, screw this, and I just installed Linux because I couldn't fix it, and I don't know what happened. Like the Windows install just went crazy, and something broke, and I lost all my data, and there's a longer story behind it, and I tried to recover the data, but like the boot sec the part of the file system that stores the file names and all that stuff was gone, so I had to like scrape all the data off my disk raw. So I found had like thousands of photos, thousands of Java files, but they're all named like 00001.jpg, 0000002.jpg, or 00001.java, and I had no idea what belonged to what, and it was just like total nightmare. I back up my stuff a lot better now. Yeah, that's a good idea. Have that like reinstall ready to go. I also like there's a I haven't used it in a while, and I saw they had some major changes. There's a Linux called Damn Small Linux, DSL Linux. I used to love that. That was my primary Linux I'd put on the USB, and that was the Linux I would use to go like fix people's computers, reset their passwords and stuff. I just had like all kinds of like Windows tools and such. Holy cow, we've already been here for 2 hours. Oh man, nice. Uh, nice. Oh, you broken saw. Fix my maintenance. Yeah, change mod can do that. There are some files and stuff that are very sensitive to permissions and ownership. All right, let's see if we can't find that giant worm again. Just like a snake game. Oh, we got some stuff going on here. Look at that. These guys are just everywhere. Just hauling ass swimming. Eat, swim, eat. Get eaten. Eat, get eaten. Split in two. Get eaten again. These things' lives are just crazy, man. We're so fucking lucky to be a human. Hmm. There should be more stuff over here. There we go. It's like we should be getting to back to the algae structure pretty soon. Yeah, that's a good call, man. If once you break something past a certain point, sometimes it's good to just reset it. Yeah, one day, dude, I'll get on here, do a little. We'll do some game programming. We'll do some game programming 101 or something. You can load up tiled maps. Like the cool thing about Pygame is you can have it load up tiled maps, so you can build like maps in the tiled map editor, and then load it up in Pygame. Pygame has like controller support for like Nintendo Switch controllers, PlayStation 5 controllers. It's a little easier to get going than something like Unity too. Like learning how to program in Unity or something is just like you're not really learning how to program. You're learning a tool, which is still cool. But I always recommend start with the simple 2D stuff first, and then you'll appreciate Unity more too. But I think it'll also like make you a much stronger Unity user. Does the tracker show you your best splits? You know it doesn't. It shows you the best of the best, but not the best. Of course, ignoring the bug that you mentioned. But ugh, yeah, I need to do some more work on that view in general. It's also the view I test the least since I mostly do map rando runs. Oh wow, are they forming mitosis? Did we just get lucky? Are they stuck together, or are they about to split from mitosis? Let's watch these guys. I want to turn down the temperature, turn down the light. We'll let it stay off to the side a little bit. Again, I don't know what the temperature they have to deal with is. I don't know how hot the lens magnification makes these. No, I meant it splits just fine for you. Yeah, seemingly. I've had some bugs where it like didn't stop a run or something, but just let me know what happens to you, like, and I can look into it. I have not. It's not to say I haven't had bugs with it. I've definitely had some bugs with the tracker and splits. Oh, let's go again. I'm wondering if these again. I'm wondering if these had just went underwent mitosis. I'd love to like follow these longer to see if they are. No, I like, but so far I haven't had a lot of issues with the tracker, right? Because so far some of the things you mentioned ended up being like retro arch or something like. Have you had that many issues with the tracker itself? Like I'm not quite sure what the specific problem is. Although the thing you mentioned with the times not being mentioned measured correctly, that seems like a big bug. Screenshot? Oh no, I haven't. Did you send it to me on Discord? Let me check it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look into that. Yeah, I'm not trying to say there's no bugs. I definitely know there's bugs. Let me see. Oh wow. Okay, cool. So you had 125, 127. Wow. Do you yeah, do me a favor then definitely open .sm tracker. Open this. There's a folder called, let's see, compress the folder called runs. There's a folder called runs, and it has a bunch of runs that are going to basically be JSON files that have all the time splits. Let me take a look see at those and see what happened there. That's definitely a bug. I haven't seen that. But I think the problem is that because I have a completed run, I'm not starting from a brand new blank slate. So I think it's probably related to that. Because no OS difference is going to change this, I don't think. Like the main OS difference is that because of the GUI library I use for visualization, I have to do some special stuff for each of the native builds, but nothing crazy. Oh, we found our guy again, or another one. Well, he's going to undergo mitosis successfully, and then poor little life is going to end when I end the slide. They're just frantically swimming around. They're like, oh no, we want food. They're not thinking about the impending doom. Yeah, perfect, man. Zip works great. Yeah, no, the that's what I'm saying is that's a bug, Mr. Fox. That's a bug. It shouldn't do that, and it doesn't do that on mine. But I think it's because I've never encountered your state because I finished a run. I don't know why that's doing that. Basically, I think because I have more run data than you, because I've been running it for multiple months, I don't have that bug. I think your bug is because it's a new installation, and so there's some bug related to, hey, if the split's not finished, it's the display is carrying it forward. It's not storing that you have those individual run times. I think what's happening is it just when it's doing the totals, it just takes that last number and it just keeps pushing it down on the display. But I think it's a display bug, not a bug with the runs and how they're generated. But I'll be able to confirm that definitively once I see the zip file, and then I can load your data into mine and make it work better. Basically, I'll just like move my data out of the way, and then I'll load your data, and then uh, or I'll just like use your data as actual test data for my programmatic unit tests. So I suspect actually, if you finish a run, I'd expect if you finish a run, it shouldn't do that. But again, let me see. I will. I'll get this up and running, man. If you have the patience to keep testing it, which I appreciate, I'll definitely take the effort into making sure that we get those bugs fixed. All right. I think with that, I think I am going to. Yeah, yeah, no rush, man. I'm exhausted myself. I've been going like a million miles an hour too. So, uh, all right, I think I want to get off here myself. I'm gonna go enjoy a little garage session, and then I want to kick back in my couch over there and play some Donkey Kong 64 or Donkey Kong Bonanza. But hey, Mr. Fox, hey, as always, man, thanks for hanging. I got your zip file too. Thanks. Actually, let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Let me download it. I can at least look at the contents before we go here. Runs. Okay, yep, cool. I see two files in there. Open them both up with. Hmm. I do see your completed time and 1 minute. Okay. 2 hours. Wow, an hour and 3 minutes, right? That's what we expected for your runtime, correct? I calculated your time in a minute or an hour and 3 minutes and some time. So there's definitely a bug of why the best is being calculated wrong. I have no idea what that is, but I can confirm that the your one completed run solid. So this is definitely a display bug. Again, don't know what, but yeah, no, thanks for sending the data, man. Super helpful. Also, congratulations on the fucking hour 3 minute run. I got some catch up work to do. And I look forward to our multi world whenever I get around to that. So we'll definitely get to it. All right, Mr. Fox. I want to have a good night. I'm gonna go play my games now and chill. So yeah, thanks for checking out the micro world and talking Metroid with me. Uh, Peace. Yeah, no, not at that time, man. You're gonna derust faster than hell. That's good. Yeah, let's train, man. Let's see if we can get into the low 50s. That'd be rad. It's gonna take years, I know, but let's do it. 59? Heck yeah, then we got some work to do. All right, take care. Congratulations again on your run, and good night. See you tomorrow.